How do we deal with this question? Who am I? It's something which in a lot of traditions, a lot of practices, a lot of even meditations used as a meditation, as a question. How do we meditate on this question, who am I? Is something which is very interesting for me to always explore, because there are so many different ways in which you can enter into this question. And for today's session, I have a couple of sutras how you can meditate on this question, who am I? How you can enter this question, who am I? And before you go into the meditation, it's worth understanding what is this question. So sutra number 1 is that this question, who am I? It's an intellectual question. We often say it's a spiritual question. It's not a spiritual question. It arises in the mind. It does not arise anywhere, this question, who am I? It arises in the intellect. It arises in the intellect. The question belongs to the intellect, but the answer is not in the intellect, because the answer is not a thought. The answer does not belong to the intellect, and that's where there is this gap, this feeling of not being able to really answer this question, no matter how much scriptures you read, no matter whatever you refer to, you cannot answer this question on the level of intellect. But what you can do is, you can use the power of intellect, you can use the energy of the thought to guide yourself and direct yourself towards where this answer is. So let me repeat. When you say, who am I? The question is arising in the intellect, but the answer is not a description. So it's not a thought, it's not on the level of intellect, it's somewhere deeper than that. And all you can do with this question is to use this as a jumping board and look at the answer. When I say look at the answer, that looking is being aware of the answer, is being conscious of the answer. Now words become a bit more difficult to understand. When you are looking at the answer, you are then the answer. You have come to the answer. The whole process is to raise this intellectual question so that you can really dive into your own consciousness. You can really be in pure consciousness, in pure being. So sutra number 1, remember this question, who am I? No matter whenever you have this question in your life, it is an intellectual question. There is no intellectual answer that will satisfy this question for a very long time. In books we can read, I am this, I am that, I am God, I am this universe, I am the body, I am nobody. So many different variations of these answers, all intellectual answers, none of them will last long. So this question is an intellectual question. Second sutra, use this question to direct your awareness, your consciousness towards the answer, towards who you really are, without trying to answer this question, without trying to intellectually answer this question. Use this question to go deeper in yourself and reflect on your consciousness reflecting on itself and you reaching to that state.